All right, in this video, we're going to look at our third step in multi-step equations, variables on both sides. So what will be unique to our equations this time is instead of having our variables on the left side of the equal sign or the right side of the equal sign, they're going to end up on both sides of, or they could end up on both sides of our equal sign. So going through our checklist, we're on me. So distribute, combine like terms, and then our third step, move variables. So we want to move the variables to the same side. Move the variables to the same side. Now, this is actually our last step for multi-step equations, or our last new step. The last two letters are add and subtract, multiply and divide. These are what we've always done. These are what we've always done. So we've always boxed our variable and then added or subtracted to get it by itself. And then we either multiply or divide to isolate our variable. So these two letters are natural to us. So these first three were really the guiding principles for our multi-step equations. So we're going to end this will be our last video for multi-step equations. Let's look at example 1. 24 plus 8x equals 12x. Taking a look here, I don't have distribution. I don't have combining like terms. And the reason I don't have combining like terms is I have to look at each side of the equal sign. So if I look at the left side, there's nothing to combine there. And if I look on the right side, there's nothing to combine with the 12x. You might want to think to yourself, oh, but can't we combine the 8x and the 12x? Because they're like terms. I would agree they're like terms, but we can't just combine them together through addition because they're on different sides of that equal sign. So we're going to go to that third step, move the variable to the same side. So what we want to do is we want to either get this 8x out of the left side and over on the right side, or we have to get this 12x from the right side over to the left side. You can do either or. So you can move whichever variable you want, but we want to try to make math a little easier on ourselves if we can. So what I suggest doing is always try to get a positive coefficient. What I mean by that is if I so I have a positive 8x on the left side. To get rid of a positive 8x or a plus 8x, I have to take away 8x on the left and take away 8x on the right. Now, if you're already thinking a little forward there, 12 minus 8 is a positive 4. Positive values are nice values. If I can avoid a negative value, I want to. Now, if I would have chose the other option, which would be, okay, I have a positive 12x here, subtract 12x and subtract 12x. Sure, we'd get rid of our 12x's on the right, but on the left side, I would have 8x take away 12x, which is going to leave me with negative 4x. And now I have a negative number that I'm going to have to deal with at some point. So try to avoid that if you can. It doesn't matter if you do or don't, but if you can make things a little easier on ourselves, we try to when we can. Can't always, but we try. So going back, I have this 8x and this 12x on different sides of the equal sign. So x on the left, x on the right. I want to put them all on the same side. So what we're going to do is we're going to subtract these 8x's on the left. So they won't be there anymore. They'll cancel out. Now, I also have to do it on the right. And that's going to leave me with 24 on the left. And on the right side, 12x minus 8x gives us that positive 4x. We were looking for that positive coefficient. And now I'm down to a one-step equation. And again, like I said, this goes back. I'm going back to this step here, multiply or divide. I'm going to divide here. So this is, again, just to make sure that those last two letters are familiar to us. So we're not going to look at those. Divide by 4 and divide by 4. Cancel, cancel. x equals 24 divided by 4 is 6. Looking at example 2, 4x plus 5 equals x plus 11. All right, I don't have distribution. I can't combine on the left. I can't combine on the right. So what I'm going to do is go to see if I have variables on both sides, which I do. 4x and x. Reminder that if I have x, it is just 1x. All right, so what do I want to do here? These are both positive, so I got to subtract them to move them. Do I want to end up doing 4 minus 1 or 1 minus 4? Well, 4 minus 1 is going to keep me a positive coefficient. So I'm going to take away 1x on the right and take away 1x on the left. Now, when I do this, you'll notice I always write if I'm taking x's away from x's, I write them above each other just to keep it a little more organized. You'll see that on both sides there. So 4x take away 1x is going to be 3x plus 5 is just coming out, equals, now this 1x is gone, leaving me with the 11. All right, two-step equation, so we can go ahead and box. I need to get rid of the plus 5. 3x is equal to 6 divided by 3. X equals 2. If you want, you can go ahead and pause the video and try the next two problems and then check back to see how they're completed. All right, looking at practice 1. I have 7x and positive 1x. I'm going to take away the 1x, That leaves me with a positive 6x. And then I bring down the 18. Next step would be divide by 6. Cancel. X is equal to 3. Nothing to distribute, nothing to combine on the left, nothing to combine on the right. I do have variables on both sides. To do this and keep it positive, I'm going to subtract 2m and subtract 2m. 5m minus 2m is 3m. Bring down the minus 10. 2m minus 2m. Bring down the 20. We're going to go ahead and box. All right, I need to undo the minus 10, so we will add 10 on both sides, leaving us with 30 on the right side. Bring down my 3m. Divide by 3. M is equal to 10. All right, let's go ahead and look at just a couple more examples. All right, example 2. In this problem, I look for distribution, and I have distribution. So I need to actually distribute this 3. So remember, distribution is a multiplication property. So we're going to multiply each term inside the parentheses by the number outside. So first things first, I'm going to put my 21x equals 3 times 2x is 6x plus 3 times 30 is 90. Now I look for combining. There's nothing to combine on the left, and there's nothing to combine on the right. I do have variables on both sides, so I'm going to decide what I want to do. 21 minus 6 or 6 minus 21. I'm going to subtract my 6x. That's going to leave me with 15x equals 90. I'm going to divide by 15. And divide by 15. That's going to end up with x equals 6. Why don't you pause the video and go ahead and try the practice problem. All right, looking at this problem, I have 4 times x minus 9 equals 7x plus 8. So I do have a distribution that I want to deal with. So 4 times x is 4x, minus 4 times 9 is 36, equals 7x plus 18. I'm going to, can't combine on the left, can't combine on the right, but I do have variables on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to subtract the 4x because that'll leave me positive. Negative 36 on the left. Now, again, don't forget this subtraction sign is also a negative in this case, so negative 36 equals 7x minus 4x is 3x plus 18. In a box, subtract 18. Now again, we said we have to be really careful here with this negative 36 minus 18. So we don't want to make the mistake of just doing negative 36 minus negative 18 or adding or just doing some goofy things. So this answer, we have negative 54. So if we take negative 54, well, first we're going to divide by 3 on this side, divide by 3 on this side. X is equal to negative 18. And we'll finish with one final example, kind of an application multi-step problem. Each side of the triangle is equal. What is the perimeter of the triangle? All right, so we know that each side of the triangle is equal, meaning this is an equilateral triangle. Now, if we know that this left side is equal to this right side, we know that the left side measurement is equal to the right side measurement. So we can actually set up our own equation here. And we can say 6x minus 4 equals 3x plus 8. If we go ahead and solve that, so no distribution, no combining like terms, but I do have variables on both sides. So we're going to go ahead and subtract 3x, leaving me with 3x minus 4 equals 8. Box, and add 4 on both sides. 3x is equal to 12. X equals 4. Now you might be quick to say, oh, the perimeter of the triangle is 12. 4, 4, and 4. But x's value is 4. The side length is 6x minus 4. So what we need to do is we need to take this 4 and we need to plug it in to our expression. So 3 times 4, 3 times x was 4, 3 times 4, plus 8. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 8 equals 20. So this side is 20. We know they're all equal, so 20 and 20 and 20. Now, just to be sure, 6 times 4 is 24. 24 minus 4 is 20. So I have 3 sides of 24. So I have 3 sides, I have 3 sides of 20 for a perimeter of 60. And we're going to say 60 units. And that is variables on both sides of an equation.